Okay, well, we're back with more A Song of Tara. For some odd reason, Skype decided to close down without warning, which is why the previous recording probably ended very abruptly and with me going hello a couple of times because nobody else was on the line anymore. Anyway, we have Skype back, so we can continue. As I was saying, you are the Umbra is quiet. It's not unnaturally quiet or anything. It's just that there's no great hoo-ha going on. There's this oppressive feeling of danger that there has been for a while.
Yep, the removal of the vampires has had quite the positive effect on the city on multiple levels.
Yeah, really.
It's that strange kind of bleary-eyed peace that comes after intense warfare.
Yeah.
That's good. We're still trying to work out rare creatures, aren't we?
Yes, well, one of them had to be something that could teach Blur of the Milky Eye, but then before I heard what... You needed something man-made, wasn't that it?
I needed something man-made or an ancestor spirit of some description.
Or an ancestor spirit, either or. Okay.
So I get to meet some really, really wacky Welsh spirit somewhere.
Yes.
No, that would be a bit too much to expect.
I'm not gonna try my hand on a Welsh.
You need an ancestor spirit? Well, sometimes there's a weird Viking dude hanging around me when I'm in the Umbra. Don't understand what he's saying.
I don't think a weird Viking dude's going to help me that much.
Oh, it can't be any of my ancestors?
I don't think that's how it works.
You just said an ancestor. Didn't say whose.
You're right, but you're pedantic in being right, and so I'm not going to continue this conversation. Okay, so, yeah. We just have to search for one of the things that can teach Blue of the Milky Eye, then.
You know what seems to be really good at hiding, probably? Badgers. I've never seen a badger.
Badgers.
Have you ever seen a badger? I haven't.
I grew up in Wales. I did see one or two, yes. I was encouraged to shoot a couple, but I never did.
All right, well, where are you going?
Don't go badger calling. Sorry, what?
Where are you going, then?
Well, you told me that Finna did have
yes,
narrowed down sort of where she thought she could
Finna
find.
has a fairly good idea that if she heads to actually the green might be a good place in the Umbra, but it's probably going to be a little bit difficult there because seeing as it's the umbral part of the cairn, it's got a gaggle of spirits overrunning the place at all times. But if you go to any of the other parks where there's a natural water source, there's a fairly good chance you might find one or more frogs there. And many of them are exceptionally good at camouflage.
Oh. Oh yeah, chameleon was the other one that the book mentioned.
Yes, and since there aren't any chameleons in Ireland, the closest
might
thing
be in the zoo.
True, but other than that, naturally occurring spirits in Ireland would include a number of frogs, and as I said, many of them are really, really, really good at hiding. Their coloration is specifically meant to help hide them.
Frog hunting! Yeah!
Woo! Froggies! Let's go!
So you're gonna go looking. You're gonna go looking for a frog.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And not of the crazy variant.
I was actually thinking more of the Kermit variety, but that's just me.
That's crazy too.
Yes, but it's lovable in its craziness.
Yeah,
the other one is just...
But if I find a crazy frog, it's going to die.
Yes, it must, for the sake of all sanity.
Is the crazy frog worm tainted?
Okay, I'm gonna have to find a link for you guys when we hold our next break. No, it's not. It's not the crazy frog. It's a Kermit.
Good.
It's a Kermit one. I refuse to play anything with the crazy frog. Don't worry.
Thank
No,
you.
it's a Kermit link. Yes.
Lovely.
Is the crazy frog worm tainted?
I think it is.
Must be.
I think
it
it
has
is.
to be.
It has to be. Nothing that vile cannot be worm tainted. Yes, worm tainted.
Them.
Worm
Yum.
tainted. Yum. Exactly. Yeah.
Going
Okay.
fit.
You go looking for that, and I would say. If I take a look here at a map of Dublin, and you need to find a place with some water, well then Phoenix Park would be the obvious place to go. And Phoenix Park is also where the zoo is.
So, double up on chances of finding something.
Yes.
Let's go then! Yay!
Thanks, Pa.
Let's go to the place you were streaking through the streets, Sally.
Yes.
Oh yes,
Oh,
Yes,
happier and more carefree days.
yes. Happy days.
I were just about to say that. Oh, when we were puppies.
Anyway, you head up to Phoenix Park, and there are several ponds and small artificial, well, I won't call them lakes, they're not big enough for that, but large ponds of various kinds in the in there, and it's not just in the zoo. So, and obviously there are several other animal spirits in Phoenix Park, quite a lot actually. But you do find down by the first pond when you drive, or in your case walk into Phoenix Park, of what's called Chesterfield Avenue. You find a couple of frogs, small, brown and white frogs that hide really, really well against the soil around the embankments of the pond.
Brown and white?
Very effective at hiding against dirt.
Especially
but
if
most
it's
frogs
shiny.
are green.
Not all frogs
No.
are. No.
Toads are brown.
Frogs can be many different colors.
Yeah.
Blue
Yeah, I
and
seen
black.
a completely blue one. It was pretty.
See? So yeah, it's
It was pleasant.
they are sitting there looking froggy. Ribbit.
Hello.
Ribbit. Oh. Oh.
Hey. Hi.
Oh. You speak.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. You're really good at hiding. You think you can keep my friend the same?
You mean like this? It says, and then for a moment all you can see are the kind of blinking googly eyes, and then you can't even see those.
Is it like that, Fenna? She asks Fenna now.
I am out of character looking at the storyteller.
Yeah, that would be it. It just basically vanished in front of your eyes.
Fenna nods emphatically.
Yeah, like that.
There's a long reddish tongue that suddenly shoots out of nowhere and flicks off Fenna's hand. She doesn't. She doesn't taste a fly.
She doesn't taste a fly. She isn't a fly.
Okay. You sure?
I'm really sure.
Damn. I was hoping. That would have been the biggest fly I've ever caught.
Terrell is sniggering the best impression she can of Joe. Talking with this frog.
Fenna just looks confused.
It
Did the frog just try to eat me?
No, you don't taste good. Would you be able to teach her?
Sure. I could.
But
Well, you see, I'm really hungry.
well, what do you want for dinner? I'll send her to catch some for you.
Flies.
Big fat fly? Big fat
Yes.
or
Yes.
okay.
Big fat flies. Lots of crunch.
Okay. Fenna,
Yeah.
to teach you the gift. If you catch him a lot of big fat flies. Because he's hungry.
Are there fly spirits here in the Umbra?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so do any of you guys know where I'd find a cow spirit? Oh wait, Sue, maybe I can find an elephant spirit, and then there will be lots of little fly spirits around that one. At least
Yeah.
if there's elephant dung spirit.
The frog looks between the two of you. There's lots of flies in the other water hole, a little further along. There
There's a
there are also stork spirits. They eat me.
Oh, there's a pond nearby with a lot of flies, but there's also stork spirits. That is why he's not there. And there's a lot.
They're really scary.
I guess I'll just get going while you talk with the frog.
All right.
What am I going to do with any flies I catch? I'm not gonna. Oh.
Turn just Snickers.
So basically, you are being sent up to the zoo part of the Umbra, and where you are being instructed to run around and catch flies. What else is new for a Ragabash? Leaping through the air trying to catch flies.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
no.
good at leaping through the air, though.
True, you are. So you go fly hunting in Dublin Zoo in the Umbra. Oh my god. Okay. While you do that for a little while, I'm going to pop over and hear what Connell is actually doing with himself now that he's back in the city.
Connell will be drinking heavily.
He's okay. Well,
He's going bar hopping.
okay, well, the easiest place to do that is, lo and behold, Temple Bar, which has been reopened.
That's what he does then.
Yes,
He'll
the
need.
district is open again, so yeah, you are entirely able to go from one pub to the other and just get hammered.
Yeah, he needs to think. He needs to consider a few things, and that includes either bacon or beer.
Just
Or
thinking.
both. Or both.
Or both.
What if
Seeing,
he could find
Don't really
bacon flavored beer?
Oh, Aya, what did you say?
seeing we don't really get drunk, I have no idea why he's trying to get himself hammered.
No, that's a good
Wasting
point.
money.
Yeah, but he
It's-
can. It still helps his focus, apparently.
It's still the idea of sitting with a beer,
Yeah.
contemplating life.
Yes.
taste.
You can also, while you're doing that, you can also buy from one of the many chippies in that area. You could also have brought some Irish fries slathered in melted cheese and sprinkled with bacon.
Oh
Yep,
my.
that's the thing. That's the thing.
It's an assault on your carotid arteries, I swear.
What's a chippy?
Chip shop. Chip shop.
You must catch up with British slang, Hilla.
So yeah,
I mean, it sounded like that might be what it was, but
yeah,
I
it's a
didn't
chip
know,
shop.
so it was
Fair enough to
safer
ask.
to ask.
It's fair enough to ask. But so I'm assuming that you're sitting there with a pint and another empty pint next to you, and
Yep.
and some of those. Okay. Well, when that happens, while you are eating, a man walks up and sits next to you.
Mhm.
Nods politely.
Connell nods back.
and says, "Now, don't try to pull my head off my shoulders, please, because I'd like to stay alive. But you've been out of town for a few days.
And who are you to know that?
I'm a friend. Let's start by saying that. I'm a friend. And I have some information that you might be interested in.
Go away.
Does it concern a certain Victoria?
It concerns... No, that's not her name. That's not the one I know anything about, at least.
Mary?
No, not that either.
Who then?
It's about a young woman called Nala. I think she's
Oh.
a friend of one of your friends, but I haven't been able to locate your friend.
What about her?
Well... How best to put this? She has discovered some things about herself that I don't think she really likes, and I think she's going to need help.
Where is she?
Right now,
Mhm.
she is... right now, she is up in Swords, which is up... out of character speaking, Swords is a district well, just outside of Dublin, really.
Okay.
Up north. And he says, well, I'd it's just north of the airport. It's a suburb to Dublin. He says, but she's up there, and she's got she's... I don't think she fully remembers who she is right now. She is there's an orphanage up there, and she can't stay there for very long because she's too old. But
What's the name of the orphanage?
well, the name, just give me a second, I'm just looking it up here.
Sure.
Dum-de-dum-de-dum.
Let me look it up on the phone, stranger.
There we go. It's called the Fair Chance Orphanage.
Fair Chance Orphanage.
Yeah, it's run by a couple of very nice people from India,
Sarah has been helping them.
and this young woman, they're currently holding on to her, so to say. They aren't quite sure what to do with her, and as I said, I think she might need some help.
Right. Connell waves, tries to get the attention of the bartender.
Yep, the bartender comes over. Sure.
Could you get a pint for this guy?
Who?
Make that 3. The guy standing. Connell looks at the person.
He's gone.
Could you get me one of those bottles of beers?
Absolutely.
Not something from the tap.
Yeah, sure.
Cool, thanks.
I think he just thinks you're a bit drunk and is seeing people.
It seems like a responsible bartender would have told him, no, I'm not going to serve you anymore.
This is
It
the world of
might simply
darkness,
be
and
that
this
this
is Dublin.
person had left.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay, so when Connell gets his beer, he leaves the establishment and
Yes.
heads toward and drives
Yes.
north toward the orphanage.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, because bringing anyone would be a bad idea.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Oh my God. Yes. Well, you head up there towards towards the orphanage, and
But Connell repels people.
Connell scares people. Yes. But Connell is also in a foul mood these days, so
That's just going to make his repel more effective.
well, yeah, maybe. Anyway, you
I
get up there.
I never said Connell had a fuck ton of dodge and wits.
Good point.
Or
Good
common
point.
sense.
Intelligence either.
No,
Common sense.
but he is a fantastic character. I love him to bits.
Yes.
Not this again.
Uh,
You're supposed not to talk about.
so yeah.
What
Oh
we're
God,
not
that was so
seeing.
funny. That was funny. Anyway, you drive up there, and While you do that, let us hear what is Shiva doing?
She is getting pictures from Terran, sending pictures of Fenna trying to catch flies.
That's hard since you can't send across the Umbra to her.
She's drinking. She's drinking buttermilk. Translated into Danish, it'll make sense.
What? Drikker kattemælk.
She's at the cairn.
Oh, that was really bad.
Oh
No,
You can all sit and groan, and I'll sit here and be blissfully ignorant of the horror that has just befallen us.
that's be happy that you didn't understand that. That was
It was a new low.
ooh that
Yeah,
was-
but it's okay because I'm playing the Raga version of it now.
that's true. That's true.
if you weren't,
Oh, that was horrible. Okay,
I wouldn't have
Yes.
done it if it wasn't.
I have a question. Then.
yes.
She is at the park most
Yes.
likely. And since she has been feeling restless, I think she's decided to do something.
Okay.
And she remembered that she thought about practicing archery, but I don't know if that is something you can do, or if you need to go to a designated area so you don't kill someone.
Yeah, you need to go to one of the archery ranges that you can find there. I mean, there are competitive archery clubs in Dublin. You could also literally join a HEMA group, like a historical European martial arts group, and they could teach you.
But it's not something that is at the green, I assume.
No.
Alright, in that case, being the sensible young woman she is, she will have texted Connell saying, I know you're not speaking to me, I'll be at whichever archery rink she decided to go to,
Yes.
if you need me.
Which, of course, won't actually reach
I
him.
thought she was supposed to be guarding the cairn.
Sorry?
No, I just thought she was supposed to be guarding the cairn, so she shouldn't.
But as Joan said, during daytime there's no need
true.
to be
Yeah.
there
Right.
Exactly.
all the time. So she'll
Right.
take an hour or two to go there.
And he doesn't actually have a phone anymore, so he won't get that.
She doesn't know that.
Nope.
Nope.
Well, there is one called. Let's see. There is one here called Blackheath Archers, and that is actually. They are actually located up in the area where your dad would be living, very close by.
See, the main thing Shiva's been thinking about is that she definitely needs to get in contact with him.
Yep, that's why I specifically mentioned that there is that one.
But she's not going to do that by running into him randomly.
No, that's true.
So I think she makes a mental note of figuring out which party member she would like to go with her,
Yeah.
and then planning to do that quite possibly tomorrow or
Okay.
soon at least.
Yeah, sure.
And then she finds somewhere else.
Yeah, so you're shuffling around and basically just spending the day.
No, I wanted to find somewhere else.
Somewhere else to go
practice
and okay.
archery.
Well, there is a. Let me see what else is there. Most of them are obviously they're membership clubs. That's the thing.
Is it possible for Shiva to charm her way into a free trial lesson?
Yeah, you could do that out at Green Hills. That's in. Let me just see if I can't find something on the map here that would.
Because while she doesn't do it often, she's quite good at batting her eyelashes.
Oh,
and
yes. Hell yes. She's extremely adept at batting her eyelashes at people and looking incredibly friendly.
Like
and,
alluring.
yes, exactly. Okay, that's where it is. Okay, I'm just going to move you guys over to this map.
Hello, map.
Above doom.
And you can find one pretty much there. next to the Newlands Golf Club, there's this place called that's a private archery range, but let's say for the sake of the game that they do have facilities where they take on, people can have a trial, and then if they want to join up, then it costs a pretty penny, obviously, but there's a trial lesson that you can go and get.
In that case, she does that.
All right.
I assume she'll have to rent equipment because she doesn't
Yeah,
actually own. And then possibly get an instructor and all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
Yes. By the power of eyelashes.
By the power of eyelashes, indeed. All right. That's the. That is the what you spend your time on. Well, then back into the Umbra, and in the Umbra, Fenna has managed to catch a good few flies, and of course the problem very quickly turns out what the hell to do with them once you've caught them.
Well, there's probably a fair bit of trash here and there, so you might be able to find a bottle that's been lying around for a long, long time. Enough
That's
to
good thinking.
actually
That's good
feed
thinking.
it.
Yes, you can do that. You find like water bottles that have been lying around. Yep.
Problem solved.
Problem solved. You managed to catch a number of these flies and put them in one of the bottles where they zoom around in there. Trying to get out, obviously, but not succeeding because fly spirits are no more intelligent than your average fly.
Well, I guess Fenna returns.
Mm-hmm.
Greetings. You may call me Venus because today I am a fly catcher.
Hey! The frog looks at the flies in the bottle and tries to shoot its tongue out at the bottle and not catching the fly.
Fenna just has to look like,
That confuses.
oh my
the
god,
frog.
it's so adorably stupid.
That clearly confuses the frog.
Stop teasing your teacher.
What? I didn't say anything.
So it says, "Are those real flies? I can't catch them."
That's because they're inside a bottle.
What's a bottle?
Something men made to keep water in.
Oh, so it's like the pond.
Yeah, just clear.
The pond is clear, and flies don't live in water.
No, but there's no water in it now. There's air and flies.
So it's a pond without water. Then it's not a pond.
Exactly.
So a pond. The frog looks like it's getting it. So a pond without water is a flask, or bottle. That's the word it uses because that's the word you use. So bottle. So a pond without water in it is a bottle.
Yeah, good for keeping flies.
Ah. Clever.
Well, Fenna
Can I have the
is
flies
not
now?
understanding. Fenna's not understanding the conversation. So, well, actually, even just before it, as she turned the, moved her hand or whatever from the top
Yeah.
of the bottle and put
The-
the opening down by the frog.
The fly goes, or the flies find their way out and are immediately nommed, and the frog ribbits loudly and very with a great deal of satisfaction, and it says it looks up at Taryn and says, "Those were really nice. Did she want to learn how to not be seen?"
Yep.
Okay. This is gonna get icky.
Why?
Well, she needs to. Well, I'm not really willing to let her bite me because that's gonna hurt. So she's gonna have to. He says, and looks a little froggy. She's gonna have to pick me up and lick me.
The biggest, most evil grin spreads on Terran's face. Well, pick him up and lick him. Then you'll learn.
Finna just looks at her. Are you shitting me? Is this a prank?
Oh.
Is this
But
a
he looks
practical
slimy.
joke?
I'm not joking. Even though it looks like it, I just really want to see it too. I'm not shitting you. He told me that it was that. You have to lick him.
Yes. Taliesin is being pointedly neutral in his expression at this point.
Just flat.
He is being the polite one and not letting the complete lack of niceness shine
Yes.
through.
Inside, he is laughing like a drain, but on the outside, he's keeping it cool.
Terran carefully picks the frog up and offers it to Finna.
Well, actually, I was about to say that Finna reluctantly picks up the frog. I was just letting Chris speak.
The frog actually covers its eyes with its forelegs.
I'm so sad. I'm not there to tell you to kiss it instead.
Well, that almost spoils the joke, but anyway,
Yeah.
Finna, she opens her mouth a little bit like she's about to stick out her tongue and then stops. Well, I don't suppose it's going to turn into a prince.
No, he isn't. And he
I think
doesn't
it's gonna make me...
either. See it by looking at him. Hurry up. He thinks it's really unpleasant too.
So
Thank you.
Up, Buttercup.
Yep. Suck it up, Buttercup. You get a long lick up the back of the frog, and the frog sits there very still. And then the moment you're not doing that anymore, it hops off your hands and into the pond. It's like ew, 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 ew.
So she doesn't hear anything, but Terran hears ew, 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 ew.
Yes.
Well, maybe she hears croaking.
Yeah. The frog just sticks its head out of the water and says, "Yeah, that yeah, okay, that worked. Look at her legs."
Terran looks at her legs.
And then the frog vanishes underneath the water, and Fenna is slowly fading from sight.
Congratulations! She gestures at Finna's legs.
And as you look down yourself, you can see you are literally becoming almost like a mirage. So, yeah, it's basically it's like people are seeing through you.
Told you I weren't shitting you. Thank you, Frog.
Well, that being said, you have the single most revolting feeling in your mouth and stomach right now.
So
And Terran has photo proof of it.
I would be stoked, but my mouth tastes like bog.
Well, eat a couple of flies. Maybe you'll feel better.
Ew, no. What do you think the frog would have done if I turned out to be French? I mean, I guess it would have just died and be eaten.
I'm pretty sure it was very obvious you weren't French.
Anyway,
I'm not snooty enough.
Anyway, that allows you to write Blur of the Milky Eye onto your character sheet.
Well, let's find whatever spirit Tally is looking for fast, because I need to get something with a lot of taste to drink to get rid of. Bleh.
We can go for a pint.
You need a year's supply of toothpaste.
The others come back.
Cola or something. Alcohol.
the others come back to Athena, who is constantly brushing her teeth and spitting and gagging. And
Yeah,
they're
this
like,
is
what
just.
the hell happened to her?
I'm sorry, but I can't shake the sound of sad trombone right now.
I think if Shiva saw Athena constantly brushing her teeth and spitting, she'd say something along the lines of, "What happened? Did her boyfriend visit?"
Ah.
Yes, let's
And
move
the
on.
answer would be, I wish.
Connell
Oh,
was
God.
also on your side, it seems.
Much fun. Ken has ha-has.
But yeah, we are going to find something man-made.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Maybe some man-made.
This bottle is man-made.
Yeah, but we need the spirit.
Of something man-made, which is usually it needs to be something fairly
Ooh.
massive.
Dublin.
No. I think that might be a bit much to ask.
Well, you are in Dublin North right now.
Oh God! I don't think asking the spirit of Dublin North to teach me a gift is going to end well.
That seems like a nice guy.
Yes, that's because he's very good at maintaining the mask.
We did end the war. He should feel better.
Yeah. Plus, Dublin North also felt some of that, and that ended. That being said, she's quite volatile, and we'd best not mention Dublin South in her presence, or we'll be
Oh, come
killed.
on. She's nice. You just need to know when to duck.
How about a train station?
There is a
what?
lot of ways to find one.
Train station. That might have a spirit.
Okay. Yeah, we'll try that then. We'll try going to. I don't think Taliesin will basically nod at any suggestions. And we'll go find a train station and see if we can find
Well,
spirits
Dublin has obviously they have a lot of public transportation, but remarkably few trains. However, there is Houston Station, which is where Joseph has his disused train car as his home. That is actually not far from Phoenix Park. It's south of the Liffey, but it's literally you when you stand at the entrance to Phoenix Park, you look right across the Liffey and there's Houston.
there. Okay,
It's not
So
far from
it's
parents' house.
very close by.
that's good.
So you head back down Chesterfield Avenue to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and you head towards the nearest bridge, which is also it's a bridge with a bit of history to it. It was like the station. It was built when Queen Victoria was supposed to visit the city, so that she could get across from the train station that had been specially built just for her visit. But you head out there, and just as you leave Chesterfield Avenue, you do see this distinctly red-headed woman sitting on basically on a trash dumpster with her legs folded up, looking towards you.
Terrence waves.
Yeah.
She just looks at you and says, "You do realize when you're talking about me, I tend to hear it."
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, she's like the devil.
Nah, you're standing in me.
Phil just grins.
Mm-hmm.
She makes she makes an agonized face. It's gone very quickly, but yeah. So what's it you need?
Taliesin steps forward. I want to learn the gift of Apecraft's blessing.
Right. Yes, I can. I can certainly teach you that. Question is, why?
Why do I want to learn it, or why should you be convinced to teach it to me?
Both, I guess.
I want to learn it so that I can more easily and safely handle the machines and devices of mankind. And I would say you might be convinced to teach me it if I were to suggest that it would allow me to perform my duties in defending Dublin North better.
True. But you and your kind, you don't spend that much time on me. Not as much as you spend on that feckin' bastard south of the Liffey. I mean, that's where you have your feckin' cairn. You don't spend that much time on me to begin with. And that said, wouldn't you agree that, all these gadgets and shite that humanity has made over the years, aren't they dangerous enough as it is? You need to actually learn how to interact with them any further. I mean, you're a creature of the wild.
Karen tilts her head.
Creature of the wild I may be, but if I rely solely upon the gifts of the wild, great and bountiful though they may be, I will not be. Those who have no such compunction as to use other gifts will outmaneuver me.
That's not a bad point, but is it actually worth it to fall into corruption in order to fight corruption? Isn't that what you're arguing to do? Use the weapons of the enemy against the enemy themselves? Fair enough. But isn't that still a matter of opening yourself up to another form of corruption?
Perhaps. But in these troubled times, I fear I don't have the luxury of fretting about it that much. Besides, I'd take the minor corruptions of using a shotgun as opposed to wading arse deep in God knows what worm-tainted shit and taking a risk that way.
So, you're afraid of getting your claws dirty, is that it?
Never. Of course not.
Good, but then what do you need it for?
More options.
Now we're getting somewhere. Options.
I like options. They make me feel powerful and special.
that actually makes her laugh, and that clearly hurts. That's physically painful for her. So her face contorts, and she coughs a few times, and when she pulls her hand back down, she covers her mouth with the back of her hand. When she pulls it down, it's flecked with blood.
Your head.
Always hurt.
Lucian?
Everything that happens in Dublin North is yeah, that's a long story. It's not a very nice place. So, long story short, you need this. Fair enough. I want a feckin' solemn promise out of you then.
Alright.
That you and yours, and those that you can influence in some way or other, start paying some feckin' attention north of the Liffey. I know what you guys did for her. I appreciate it a lot. Now share the feckin' love a bit, and stop spending all your feckin' time south of the Liffey only. There are 2 parts to Dublin. Can you promise me that?
I do promise, solemnly.
I'll come looking for you if you forget it. And then holds out the hand that she just used to
Mhm.
cover her mouth. She holds it out, like palm up, for you to take.
Mm-hmm. I do.
Yeah. She takes it and she looks into your eyes and she says, "I mean it. I'll come looking for you if you forget." And then she gives your hand like a very tight squeeze. It's actually tight enough that you can feel a couple of bones go. And then she lets
Mhm.
go, and she fades in against the wall, just vanishes against the wall.
Mm.
I should probably have warned you.
Mm.
That there's no question that your hand is hurting like hell. She
Mhm.
just broke several bones in your hand.
Mm-hmm. Which any particular bones are they the kind? As you've broken bones that can be reset if I do it myself.
You can reset them yourself, and you can change shape, and it'll heal in no time flat.
Okay.
But it still hurts.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, Taliesin resets the bones in homid form, and then using the pain to fuel, to try to sort of focus his anger, then changes to wants to change to Krynos.
Yeah, sure.
Can I just spend a rage to get there?
No, you can just roll for it.
Okay.
Well,
See
you
how
can
many-
spend a rage point if you want to spend it, but you can just roll.
Let's see. Okay, Primal Urge. Why do I keep forgetting this shit? Oh,
Stamina and primal urge.
thank you.
Well,
You are a gem storyteller.
while Telly is setting his bones in place and stuff, Finna looks at Terran. You know what's the worst thing about this whole frog licking affair is? It wasn't even hallucinogenic.
What?
True.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said that the worst thing about this whole frog licking thing is that it wasn't even hallucinogenic.
Yeah, you didn't even get a buzz out of it.
Frog! You licked the frog. Yeah, sure.
You didn't get a buzz out of it, but the frog sure did from every one of the flies. And yeah, Tally,
Ha ha!
Tally,
You're not
you
Fragabash.
you change into Krynos without any difficulty, and your hand resets itself easily enough.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. You can write it on your character sheet.
I shall. And that was the last of my experience points to spend. So.
Yay! Terran looks at Telly. Firm handshake, huh?
Tally shakes his hand out a little bit, just testing it. And then says, well, she wanted to make her point.
And made it, she did.
Mm.
And she's been right, too.
We
But
have been.
Being the only part of the set left, it shouldn't be hard starting looking into it.
I do sincerely hope that does not stay the same way forever.
I've found that hope is something you keep at bay until you find out if there's a reason to have it. I'll see hope the second I see them come back.
You sure are a pessimist.
Exactly! She smiles and turns around.
Okay, you start making your way back, or
Yep.
Yep.
I
Let's
don't even
stop
change
at the
form
lift
yet.
well, when you as you walk back towards where you came in, I assume.
Well, Taryn did say she wanted to stop by the Liffey.
That's true. So, well, you're close to the Liffey at least, so...
Yep. They can always jump out at her apartment anyway.
Oh, where did you want to go to the part of the Liffey where you had cleaned her out?
Yeah, she's easiest
Okay.
to talk to there.
Yes, because that's slightly further along, of course, but that's not a problem. Well, on the way there, you come by or you walk past several shops and so on and so forth, and one of the things you notice as you walk past the let's call it the shade of a bookshop, the umbral reflection of a bookshop. So there's a big poster in the window of that bookstore, advertising a new book coming out. And it's not because that's a big deal in and of itself, if it wasn't for the fact that it seems to be a book about it's a historical book. It's not a fiction. It's a book about history, and it's specifically about Irish immigrants to the United States in the mid-1800s. That isn't a big issue in and of itself, except that the person on that poster, the person shown on the poster as with a historical photograph, is undeniably Una.
Uh-oh.
Oh my.
As in, she's the author, or...
No, as in, she's one of the people that the book is about.
Flux Realm!
Why do we see this in the Umbra? Tara looks at the others as if they should have the fucking clue why. It's there as if it was put up there, right?
Yeah.
As in, they just went by and put it up and then went on to put other pictures up in the pretty little thing.
It's just an advertisement in the window of a bookstore.
Taryn tries to go inside.
Yeah, sure.
Does she get inside?
Yeah, absolutely.
Taryn, could you pull out your phone? I think we need to call the doctor.
What doctor?
The doctor.
That doctor.
What doctor? The doctor. Fenna, this is not the point where you're supposed to be funny.
But that is the point of
Trust me,
Fenna.
if we could call the doctor, I would have done that ages ago and he could save the fucking planet for us, but he isn't coming now, is he?
Doctor who? Dr. Guru.
That's the second time.
Finds an empty bottle and flings it at her.
Yes.
Better
Alright,
not just...
well, you head into the bookstore. What do you do there?
Start looking about.
Lots of books.
Can she find the book, or is it just an advertisement?
There is a no, you can find the book. Certainly you can find the book. There are several copies of it.
Taryn picks it up and starts going through it.
As you look at it, you realize this is a book that was probably printed a long time ago. It's even though it's like, again, this is the Umbra, everything is a bit off, right? So you're standing with the book in your hand, and while the advert in the window makes it look like this is a new book, when you're holding it, you realize this book is probably from the 1960s, maybe the 1950s even.
Yeah, but it still works in mysterious ways. Maybe there's any info in it on where they are.
Sure, but the point is also that there's a whole stack of these books. It's not that they have only the one of them. They have a whole stack of them. So it's a new book in this bookstore, but the bookstore is in the Umbra, so yeah, everything's a bit fucked up.
It's old.
Yes.
Well, Taryn takes a picture of the advertisement.
Yep.
And then she figures, well, we should probably see if there's anything about our sept in this, if it has anything on where Una could be.
Well, it's when you look it up, there are lots and lots of people in there, of course, mentioned in there, but it does specifically say that you find easily you easily find the parts that are about her, because obviously
She's on the front page.
She's on the front page, so you can find it by looking in the index. It's pretty easy to find anything about her. And it's not like there's a lot. It's just there's that photo, which is printed again inside the book, along with a bit of information about a young woman, Una Hayes, who went to who emigrated to the United States in 1863, and who married. She married a veteran from the American Civil War, and settled in, as far as the records can tell, they bought land in the Ohio Valley and settled there. And in all likelihood, that is where she lived out the rest of her life. She's used in the book. She's used in the book because the picture of her was very. It's a very high quality photo for its time.
Yeah. So all in all, it's like the Umbra chose Una because she is ingrained in it now.
Yeah.
And then plopped her in as if she were this person.
Possibly. That's not a bad. That is actually not a bad theory at all.
Taryn still notes it down, take pictures of it, and then sees if there are others from the sept in this book, or if it's only her.
That's only her.
Mm. Okay, well, apparently Una moved to the States and married a veteran. Taryn closes the book and puts it down, looking at the others.
Fuck.
Well, my reasoning is that she's still ingrained in the Umbra, and therefore the Umbra has chosen her name as splotched in this and taken up another person's place in a book that is... She looks at the release date.
I really fucking hope so. I'm never taking advice from the Blood Wolf again.
Tell that to his face, I dare you.
Or the Flux realm has really messed up shit. So I'm hoping it's the first thing.
Yeah.
And there's still hope of them.
Taliesin looks at.
Sorry, Tally.
Taliesin is looking at Taryn when she says the Flux realm has really fucked up shit. And because she's still talking, he doesn't say this, but he thinks this. He just thinks the Flux realm is fucked up shit.
Point.
Well, my brain is making up a lot of ways this could happen, but I'm hoping it's just because it took her face and name and plopped it in where someone else were, because this is the Umbra, and it doesn't make that much sense, or Flux realm changed history or something shit like that, I don't know. But is Una wearing her own clothing in the pictures, or is she wearing old clothing?
Oh, she's wearing old-fashioned clothing.
So we need to get them back somehow.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
This is where I'm kind of pissed we have to stay here, or everything will go to ashes.
I'm sure we can find a way. Can you? Has Taryn put the book back?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Why?
Taliesin will. Well, first I think he needs to go back into Homig, because Akrinos isn't going to fit into the bookstore easily. Give me a second. Just need to do another roll.
No, you can you can always revert to your breed form.
Yes, I keep forgetting that.
Finna has a short moment where she has a slightly sad face when he says that he's sure we can find a way.
Yeah, finds a way.
For goodness sake.
She doesn't say anything.
You should stop using regular daily phrases for names.
And then killing people off.
Yes. As you're still
The
doing
next
it,
werewolf is just going to be called Yes, and we will never use that word again.
No.
No one's already dead.
He goes inside, back into the other, picks up. It's probably not the same copy of the book, but picks up a copy of the book and
Yep.
keeps it. He
Yes.
just takes it out with him.
Yep, sure.
He's not above a bit of petty larceny.
It's
You
the
do that?
Umbra. No one actually wants money for it.
Hmm.
Well, maybe South wants money for her book. I don't know.
North.
No, that's
Still
yeah.
on that side.
You're still on the north side, yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, yes. So you're bringing the book with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be useful. Plus, Talia wants to test whether or not it's still gonna. If he takes it into the Tellurian, firstly, if it's gonna work, and secondly, if he takes it into the Tellurian, will it still have Una's face on it?
Yeah.
So yeah, with that, I think he looks at the others and says, "Back to the cairn."
I still want to go by Liffy, but you two can go ahead.
No, you're right. We should probably.
I wouldn't
Stop
mind
by.
stopping by Lizzie.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. You have time to go and hang out with Liffy, but we shall first pop back out to Connell.
I do think Finna will pop out real quick at the first side of the shadow of a 7-Eleven.
Yes. You, Connell,
Yep.
you are you reach your destination, which is, as I said, it's up in the it's up north of Dublin. It's out on the other side of Dublin Airport. There's a suburb called Swords, and yes, it's literally spelled that way.
Cool.
And cough, cough. And you find easily enough the orphanage in question.
Well, knock knock.
Yep. Well, you knock on the door, and it opens, and there is a there is a man standing there. This is the fellow. He's the one in the back of the two here.
Okay.
And he looks. Yeah, he looks at you. Open, his eyes shoots up because holy shit. Yes. How may I help you?
I'm looking for a girl named Nala. I was told she would be here.
Nala? I don't think any of our children are called Nala. Can you? Who told you? Do you have a description of her? Maybe that would help.
Connell gives. Has he ever met Nala? That's the question.
That is indeed a question.
Well, actually, I think you might at least have seen her because she is one of the skater friends. So I'm assuming.
Yeah,
that
they are aware that Finna's friends are kind of scary. So.
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly. So yeah.
Blah
So
blah
he-
blah 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 blah.
Oh.
So she's not. He can't tell them that. Well, she's like 20, so she's not exactly one of the children.
Exactly. Oh, yes. I am so glad that somebody has come for her. We did not know what to do. Please come in. He does kind of look a little unnerved by you, and he keeps looking over his shoulder at you because.
If at some point Colin just when he looks over his shoulder, Colin just says, "Don't worry, I won't bite."
I'm sorry. It's just I don't know why I'm not normally this nervous.
No, I'm used to it.
He takes you through the rooms. All the kids peek out from their
Mm-hmm.
whatever they're doing. Because hey, there's somebody here.
Yeah.
that they don't know, and they all look out, and with one or two exceptions, they all pull their heads back really quickly. Holy shit!
Can I have new home? No new home, no new home. I'm hiding on the bed. Bye bye.
Yes.
You should definitely note the exceptions.
Yeah, Connell does note the exceptions.
Yep. There's a
That's
boy and a
essential.
girl who keep looking after you, not apparently scared.
You better behave or the man's gonna adopt you.
Well, he takes you to the office where you, in fact, do see Nala sitting. She's just for the sake of everyone involved. We have her here.
Cool.
That's her.
So that's how it's spelled.
Yes.
Mhm.
She looks up as you come in,
Mm.
and her eyes go wide as well, but not in fear. It's more like, are you here for me?
Does she actually ask that?
Yeah, she asks, yes.
Okay, okay. Well, I was told you'd be here, and we have a mutual friend who's, I think, very concerned about you.
Who's the friend? I'm sorry. I don't know what's happened, but it's so difficult to remember. Who is this friend?
Hille, how does she know you by the name Fenna?
No, she knows her by the name Lina.
Okay, Line.
That's not an Irish name. I think I
No.
remember. And
She's not from Ireland.
And I think I remember. I remember you. I remember being afraid of you. This makes the man in the room, Ajay, makes him look somewhat concerned.
But you're not afraid of me now, are you?
No.
Mm.
I don't know why I ever was.
Connell turns to look at the man. Could we have some privacy?
Okay. Says,
Thank
and
you.
he looks at her and says, "I will be right outside the door." And she's like, "Yes, that's fine. I'm not in any danger or trouble. I'm sure of that. I don't know why, but I just, yeah." Okay. He leaves. He walks out and he closes the door behind him.
Connell sits down opposite her. He finds a chair, if there is one, and sits down.
Yes.
So, what exactly do you remember?
Not a whole lot. I'm not even sure what my name is. I think it's Irish.
As far as I know, your name is Nala.
Right. And I remember that it was, I think I was outside and walking, and I remember trains or train tracks on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where I was going. I have no memory of it at all. But I remember that. And the next thing I remember was... And she looks at you with this facial expression that says, clearer than words ever could, "I don't know if I should tell you this because you're going to think I'm insane."
If Connell catches that,
That's pretty plain on her face. So, yeah.
Well, his wits aren't terribly
No,
high, you know.
no, that's true. But even
anyway,
he would get it.
Fair. he nods and with a grave face, she says, "You can tell me."
I think I saw an angel, and that makes no sense because I'm not even a believer.
So that Connell is not prepared for that. He was just something
What?
kind of different.
Yeah, like Connell was prepared for fairies and vampires and werewolves and werewolves.
Exactly.
Not an angel.
He scratches his neck. So I have this. I have an idea, Nala.
Yeah.
Why don't we drive to into Dublin and find our mutual friend Line?
Yeah.
She is a close friend of yours, even if you don't remember her. Which,
Okay.
and I'm sure that being in her company will do you a lot of good.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And just as she says that, her face scrunches up in a moment of pain, and it's almost you can almost see this corona of light around her. It's very faint, but it's there. And she clenches her hands and says, "Oh fuck, this hurts. Ow. Ow, 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 ow."
I suggest we leave immediately.
Blood drips out from her clenched hands.
Oh. Stigmata.
Stigmata indeed, but Colin doesn't know that.
No.
Yeah, she met the angel with black wings, I'm sure.
So, would you be able to go with me to the car and we'll drive into Dublin?
Do I have a family?
To be brutally honest with you, I haven't the faintest idea if you have a family. Line will know.
Well, no. Okay, let's go and find her.
Right.
This hurts.
Connell rises from the chair and knocks on the door.
Yep. Well, he opens the door and is everything okay?
Everything is not okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take Nala and we're going to drive into Dublin, where she'll meet one of our mutual acquaintances. I think that'll do her a lot of good, and right now she needs help.
Right. Yes. Nala, I can't tell you to stay here. Obviously, you're a grown woman, but you do know you have friends here, and you can always come back here if you need a place to be. You know that, don't you? And she nods and smiles, and says, "Don't worry, I'm safe with him. He doesn't want to do anything bad." And you can see on Ajay's face that up until the point where she says that, he's got real reservations towards you. He's concerned because, well, you do come across as scary. and she's clearly in some kind of discomfort and pain. And then she says that, and it's like he just nods and says, "You are right. You are not in any danger with this man. But you are always welcome back here." And he smiles to you warmly, and there's no acting in this. And he says, "Please take care of her."
We will. And so he moves to support her if she needs
Yes.
it.
Yes.
And walks her out
Yes.
through the car. And on the way, by the way, he if he spots the boy and or the girl who wasn't afraid, he'll hold out a fist for a fist bump.
You get a fist bump from both of them. They think you're
Cool.
awesome, clearly.
Cool.
You're cool.
And then once they get to the car, they'll drive
Yeah.
into Dublin.
Yes. And that would probably also be right around the time when Shiva is done with her archery lesson, and we shall get back to all of that when we return for the final hour. But right now we're going to take a short break. So please stay with us, and there will be more A Song of Tara in a moment.